Okay, last class we started discussion about operators. Operator means a symbol which perform a particular task. So operators are divided into different ways. That is unary, binary and ternary. Unary contain only one operand. Binary contain two operands. Ternary contain more than two operands. Operand is different, operator is different. See here. So first one is unary, second one is binary, third one is ternary. Okay, unary means only one operand. Here A is an operand. Plus plus is called operator. Plus plus is called operator. B is operand. Second one is binary. Binary means two operands. What are the operands here? A and B. Next example, B and C. Third one is ternary operator. Ternary operator contain more than two operands. So A, B, C are called operands. Okay. First one unary, binary, second one, third one ternary. So I discussed arithmetic operators, relational. There are different classification of operators are available. First one is, see here, operators are classified into 8 types. Arithmetic first one, second one assignment, relational, bitwise, logical, conditional, increment and decrement, last one special operators. Okay. So what are the arithmetic operators? Arithmetic operators are plus, minus, asterisk operator, into, division operator and last modulus operator. Okay. So last class we have a problem with modulus operator, means my laptop keyboard is not working. Now it is working. Then I will execute the program. Then I will go for next topic. See here. This is your editor. You start with header files. After that main function, I will take integer values. Integer a equal to 10, comma b equal to suppose 2, followed by semicolon. Okay. So use one more variable, that is c. After declaration or initialization of variables only, you should mention CLR/SCR, clear screen. So I'm going to perform first division, that is C equal to A by B, followed by C. Okay. Just print C value. C value is percentage D comma C. Save this program. I will save P, suppose P123 dot C is compulsory, mandatory. So this is your source code. Source code is nothing but original code. This is user understandable language. Now we can convert mission understandable language. Okay. So how to convert? By using compile option or compiler. How to compile? By pressing Alt F9. Check the errors. Statement missing here. Semicolon. Again save your program. Again compile the program. Then run the program. Okay. Just check your output. Yes. C value is 5. Division operator always gives a value that is coefficient. Okay. Suppose if you use modulus operator here, Modulus operator always gives a value that is called a remainder. Okay. So what is the remainder? Control F9, then Alt F5. Remainder is 0. Remainder is 0. I will take one more number. Suppose I will take 9. Again compile the program. Then run the program. So what is the remainder? 2 into 4, 4 times 8, remainder is 1. Check the output. C value is 1. Okay. So suppose if you want to write two operations at a time, okay, it's not a problem. You can write. So I will write here D equal to A by B. So I will take here one more variable D. Then you print D value also. N D value is percentage D, comma, D. Bracket close. Check the output. Alt F9. Then Control F9. C. So C value is 1, that is modulus operator. D value is 4, that is called a division operator. So this is your previous class. Now, so one more point, very important point here. Now, if you want to take float values, suppose if you want to take float values, float I will take float 9.2, suppose 2.2. Okay. If you compile this program, automatically the compiler will gives an error message. Just check it. Yes, error. See here, check the output. Illegal usage of floating point. Here there is a option that is error. Illegal usage of floating point means by using modulus operator, we cannot provide floating values. You can't use modulus operator in between float values. Float values use చేసి మనం modulus operator use చేయకూడదు. Only modulus operator applicable for integer values. Only integers. Okay, that's all. Next. That is your first one. See second one. Relational operator. Less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, and not equal to. Okay. So let us take a few more examples. I will take first example. A equal to 10, B equal to 20. Okay. Suppose I will write here C equal to A less than B. A less than B. Now what is C value? What is C value? 10 less than 20. 10 less than 20. Condition true or false? Here 10 less than 20. Yes, condition true. Condition true means the value will be 1. So now the C value will be 1. C value is 1. So relational operators always gives a result that is 0 or 1. 0 or 1. If the value is true, the result will be 1. If the value is false, the value will be 0. That's all. Okay. Suppose I will give A equal to 10, B equal to 20. within brackets A equal to B, equal to B. What is A? What is now? What is C value? What is C value? So here A value is 10, equal to B value is 20. Double equal means we are comparing left side value and right side value. Both are equal, not equal. So what is the result? 0. The value will be 0. C value will be 0. Suppose if we put here not equal to, A not equal to B. What is A value? 10. What is B value? 20. 10 not equal to 20. 10 not equal to 20. Yes, condition true. So what is the output? What is C value? C value will be 1. So by using relational operators, we will give only the result, that is 0 or 1. That's all. Next one. Continuation. Next one is assignment operator. You know that assignment operator is only one, that is equal. Single equal. Single equal is called assignment operator. Single equal is called assignment operator. Okay. If we want to give any value to the variable, we will use an assignment or operator. That I already explained. Next one is bitwise operators. So bitwise operators, this is very important. I think AND, OR, XOR 3 completed. AND, OR, XOR 3 completed. So once again you see, first one is bitwise AND. Bitwise operators performed on bits first. Bits means what? 0 and 1. 0 and 1. Okay. So when we are working with AND operator, bitwise AND operator, if both operand values are true or not 0, then the result will be 1. Means 0 1, the value 0 0, you see the value of x and y, 0. 0 1, the value is 0. 1 0, the value is 0. 1 1, the value is 1, like that. Next, what is OR operator? If any one of the operand value is 1, any one of the, ఇక్కడ 2 operands values తీసుకున్నాం, any one of the operand value is 1, automatically the result will be 1. So 0 0 0, 0 1 1, 1 0 1, 1 1 1. Okay. Last one is exclusive OR operator. What is exclusive OR operator? One of the operand, any one of the operand value is 0, another should be 1, then only the result will be 1. Means if you see 0 0 here, the result is 0. If you see the result is 0 1, input values are 0 1, the result will be 1. If you see 1 0, the result will be 1. Last one 1 1, the result will be 0. Because of x value 1, y also 1. Automatically we will get a value 0. That's all. Okay. Next one, this is not operator or complement. Okay. How to write a complement? This is very important. See here. Complement, left shift and right shift. Very important. So this is called a complement operator. Complement. Okay. How to work with complement operator? See here. Suppose let us take x. I will take very small value, x equal to 4. X equal to 4. What is complement x? Complement x. This is my question. Okay. So first of all, uh, any value you should convert into binary system. Binary lo convert cheyaలి. Suppose x value is 4, or let us take x value is suppose 8. How to do this? See here, 8. Complement of x. How to get the output? Very simple. First, you convert 8 into binary system. How to convert? Suppose I will take binary means 2 with 8. 8. Okay. How many times? 4 times. Okay. If you multiply 4 times, you will get 8. Okay. What is the remainder? Remainder is 0. Okay. Again multiply with 2. How many times? 2 times. What is the remainder? Remainder is 0. Next again multiply 2 once. What is the remainder? 0. Okay. So finally the binary value of 8 is, that is 1000. Bottom to top. You have to take only bottom to top. 1000. Suppose if you take x value is 16. Again do same process. Okay, with the 2. How many times? 8 times. What is the remainder? Remainder is 0. Okay. Next again 2. 4 times. Okay. What is the remainder? 0. Again 2. What is the remainder? 0. Next 2 once. What is the remainder? 0. Okay. What is the value, binary value for 16? That is 10000. Okay. So first step, you should convert any number that is called a decimal number into binary number. After converting, you see here, after converting means what is binary value of 8? That is 1000. Okay. So the given number, or otherwise you take 16 value. What is 16 value? 10000. This is your value. Okay. After converting binary number system, just you check how many bits are there. Number contain how many bits are there. How many bits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. The given the number should be in 8-bit format, or 16-bit format, or 32-bit format, or 64-bit format, like that. Okay. It's not 3-bit or 5-bit or 7-bit like that. Okay. So it should be 8, 16, 32, 64, like that. So here how many bits are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So should it not, the number should be minimum 8-bit format. How many bits are there here? Only 5. Remaining 3 bits you put zeros at left side. Left side matrame pattern 000. You see here this number is in 8-bit format. Now the number is in 8-bit format. Okay. So this is complement. This is called complement. So if you want to convert this number into initially, after converting binary number system, immediately that should be in 8-bit format. After that, next step, the above binary number, all zeros are changed to ones, ones are changed to zeros. All zeros అయితే ఎక్కడ ఉన్నాయో అవన్నీ వన్స్ గా చేంజ్ చేయాలి. వన్స్ అయితే ఎక్కడ ఉన్నాయో అవన్నీ ఎక్కడ దేనికి చేయాలంటే జీరో చేంజ్ చేయాలి. So here starts with 0. So means 1, 1, 1. Followed by 1, you put 0. Then followed by 1, 1, 1, 1. This is called ones complement. Ones complement. Ones complement. Okay. So first, any number you should convert, into binary number system. Okay. After converting the binary number system, the binary number system should be in 8-bit format or 16-bit format or 32-bit format, like that. For that, you put some zeros at left side for getting proper format. After that, all zeros are converted into ones, all ones are converted into zeros. That is called ones complement. That is called ones complement. That's all. So this is your complement. Then we can convert to two's complement also. So the formula of ones complement or two's complement is ones complement plus one. One add just that is called two's complement. Okay. Next. So this is about complement. Next one. Next one is left shift operator and right shift operator. There are two operators, that is left shift, then right shift. This is called left shift operator. Second one is called right shift operator. Right shift operator. Left shift and right shift operators. Okay. See here, first I will tell you left shift. First of all, a left shift operator in the form of A left shift B. A left shift B. So what is A? What is B? Here A, B are decimal numbers. Decimal numbers. Suppose I will give A value is 10. A value is suppose 10. And B value is I will give 2. A value is 10. B value is 2. See here. A value is 10, comma B is 2. Okay. I will write here C equal to A left shift B. A left shift B. What is C value? A value 10 given, B value is 3 is given. C equal to A left shift B. What is C value? Okay. First, again here you should convert A value into binary number system. A value into binary number system. Yes. How to convert? Take 2 and with 10. Okay. How many times? First time 2 5s. What is the remainder? 0. Next time 2 2s. Remainder 1. Next time 2 1s. Remainder 0. So what is the binary value for 10? That is 1010. 1010. So here you take A value is 1010. Here A value is 1010. I told whatever the number you are converted, that number should be in 8-bit format. So here how many bits are there? 4 bits are there. What about remaining 4 bits? Only zeros you should put at left side. Okay. Then second one, left shift and a value is, I think B value is 3. B value is 3. Okay. B value is 3. So here 3 tells how many bits to be dropped. How many bits to be dropped. Any bits drop cheyalani cheppedi B. How many bits to be dropped here? What is the number B? What is the B value? 3. So you should drop 3 values. Means the binary value is 0 0 0 0 1 0 1 0. Okay. In this binary value, you drop 3 values at the left side because of this is left shift operator. Okay. If you drop last 3 values left side, just drop means remove, and put right side 3 zeros, right side 3 zeros, 0 0 0. So this is C value finally. This is C value finally. So this is C value. Okay. This is C value. Okay. Suppose, see here, value is suppose 5. B value 5. A value 10, B value 5. A value 10, B value 5. So binary value for 10, 1010. That is in 8-bit, 4-bit format. Then you add 4 zeros at left side. Then we can get 8-bit format. After that, what is B value? 5. B tells what? How many bits to be dropped. Okay. How many bits we are going to drop? How many bits? 5 bits. 5 bits. If you drop 5 bits, yes, again you take 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. Okay. 5 bits you drop from left. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Yes, remove. So 0, 1, 0 and you add only zeros at right side. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. ఓకే. ఇక్కడ ఏదైతే డ్రాప్ చేసామో ఆ డ్రాప్ చేసిన వాల్యూ యాడ్ చేయకూడదండి. ఇక్కడ 5 యూ హ్యావ్ టు డ్రాప్. ఎస్ 5 డ్రాప్ చేయాలి. బట్ రైట్ సైడ్ ఏం చేయాలి? ఏం యాడ్ చేయాలి? ఓన్లీ జీరోస్ యాడ్ చేయాలి. ఓన్లీ జీరోస్. సేమ్ డేటా ఇక్కడ యాడ్ చేయకూడదు. ఓకే. హౌ మెనీ బిట్స్ యూ ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు డ్రాప్, దట్ మెనీ zeros you have to add at right side. This is called left shift operation procedure. Okay. Now second one is called right shift. Yes, only opposite na, right shift. So see here, I will use right shift operator for this. Okay. Again, what is binary value for 10? Yes, that is 1010. Okay. That should the number should be in 8-bit format. So you take four more zeros at the left side. If you add 4 more zeros, the value never change, only 10. This value is only 10. Value change avadu. Okay. Then what is 5? 5 tells means right shift B. B means 5. Means how many values we are going to drop? 5 values. Where? Right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you drop 5 values, what is the result finally? So 0, 0, 0, 0, 3 zeros. If you drop these 5 values, the value will be 0, 0, 0. Okay. And you add 5 zeros at left side. 5 zeros at left side. Suppose I will add here 5 zeros. That's all. Finally, what is the value? This value is 0 only. Okay. Next, suppose for example, suppose I will take 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1. How many bits are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bits are there. I will use, in general, I will use right shift operator and 3. You forgot about previous values. Okay. 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1. Right shift 3. 3 tells number of bits to be dropped. How many bits we are going to drop? 3. 3 which side? Right side. Yes, you drop 3 bits, you remove 3 bits. What is the result? Result is 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. And you add 3 zeros only at left side. 3 zeros only at left side. That's all. This is finally your output. This is the operation of left shift and right shift procedure. Okay. Next, continuation. So I think bitwise operators completed, bitwise and OR, XOR, and complement, left shift and right shift. Yes, see here. Next one is the logical operators. So there is a difference between logical and bitwise. See here. Here also, bit. First of all, our topic name is logical operator. There are three types of logical operators: logical and, logical or, logical not. Suppose మీరు ఈ సింబల్ ఒకటే పెట్టారనుకోండి, that is bitwise and. Okay, bitwise operators are performed on bits. Okay, logical operators performed on expressions. Suppose there are two expressions, a greater than b, one more expression, c greater than d. There are two expressions. If you want to perform any operation, we will use these symbols, these operators. That is called AND operator. First one is AND operator. Second one is OR operator. Two times rastamandi. AND symbol two times raste, that is called logical AND. Ade single time okesari rasaru anukondi, that is bitwise operator. Bitwise AND. There is a difference between bitwise and logical. Okay, so bitwise operators performed on bits, logical operators are performed on expressions. So but operation is same. See here, first expression, there are three types of operators: first, and, or, not. See here, first one, expression 1 or operator 1, expression 2 or operator 2, result. Both values are true, the value will be true. When we are working with logical AND, both expressions are true, automatically the value will be true. Any one of the expression is false, the result automatically false. But operation is same for both, where logical and bitwise, but logical operators are performed on expressions. You remember this. Okay, maybe you will ask same doubt, you will raise same doubt again. Logical operators are performed on different expressions, but bitwise operators are performed on only bits means what? 0 and 1. Okay, then OR operator also same na. Any one of the operand value is true, any one of the expression is true, automatically the result will be true. Okay, here true, the value is true means what? 1. False means what? 0. So here true 1 0 mean true, false means 1 0. Yes, the result is 1. True, false, true, false, false. At last, logical not expression. Logical not. Suppose the expression value is true. What is not expression? Not means opposite. False. False means true. That's all. Okay. So here, arithmetic completed, assignment completed, relational operators completed, just now completed bitwise and logical. Okay. Next, very important, conditional and increment and decrement. Immediately I will start control statements. So see here, very important topic, very important operator is conditional operators. This is also called ternary operators or ternary operators. Okay. Okay, first of all, ternary operators are in the form of, see here, this is condition. or true or false. I will tell you one example. I will take one example and I will explain. Yes. See here. First of all, ternary operators are conditional operators. Conditional operators are in the form of A question mark, B colon. This is called colon. That symbol is called colon. C. A question mark, B colon, C. You see here, this expression contain three operands. What are the operands? A, B, C are called operands. That's why that is called ternary operators. So you know that there are three operators: unary, binary, ternary. Ternary. What is unary? Only one operand. Binary means two. Ternary means more than two. So I'm using three operands. So that is called conditional operators or ternary operators. Right. How to work with the ternary operators? You see this my slide. See here. This is the flowchart for working of conditional operators. Very simple. Here there are three points are there. First one is expression, followed by question mark, followed by option 1, followed by colon. Last one is option 2. There are three: expression, question mark, option 1, colon, option 2. Very simple. If expression is true, the result will be option 1. Suppose expression is false, the result will be option 2. That's all. Okay. I will take one example and I will explain. See here. So topic name is conditional operators. That should be in the form of A question mark, B colon C, A question mark, B colon C. If first one is expression, I can represent it as assume first one is employee 1 question mark, second one is employee 2 colon, third one employee 3. Okay, we can represent it in two formats, not a problem. So first we'll take one example. Example number 1. First employee 1, that is assume 10 greater than 20, followed by question mark. I will write 78 colon 56. First of all, you identify this expression is under conditional operator or ternary form or not. Yes, means ternary operator contain expression 1, yes, followed by question mark, then expression 2 or employee 2, then followed by colon, followed by one more expression, means one more condition, or employee 3 or C. Okay. How to evaluate this? First, for this statement, for this line, evaluation done with employee 1. Employee 1. Suppose 10 greater than 2. This is our expression. 10 greater than 20, sorry, 20. 10 greater than 20 is condition true or false? 10 greater than 20. Yes, condition false. If the condition is false, the value is answer is 56. The answer is 56. Suppose here 100 greater than 20. Yes, this condition is true. Then the answer will be 78. Means if an employee 1 is true, if an employee 1 is true, the answer will be employee 2. That's all. Suppose an employee 1 is false, employee 1 is false. అంటే employee 1 అంటే అక్కడ ఉన్న value false, అక్కడ తీసుకున్న expression false, the answer will be employee 3. So answer will only depends on employee 1. Based on employee 1 we will get the answer. If employee 1 is true, the answer will be employee 2. If employee 1 is false, the answer will be employee 3. So based on that, this example 100 greater than 20, 100 greater than 20 means yes, this is employee 1, this is employee 2, employee 3. Yes, you check it. 100 greater than 20, yes, condition true. True means what is the answer? Answer will be 78. 78. That is employee 2. That's all. Okay. I will take one more example. Suppose 10 not equal to 9, 90 greater than 59. Okay, I will take very simple example first. Question mark followed by 45 colon 78. Yes, here first one up to question mark, up to first question mark is employee 1 and last colon is employee 2 and then last one is employee 3. Okay, now evaluate only employee 1 first. Based on employee 1 we will get the answer. What is employee 1? 10 not equal to 90. 10 not equal to 90. Yes, not equal antunaru. Yes, not equal to 90. Yes, condition true. Condition true means what is the answer? Answer will be 45. That's all. 45. Okay. Suppose I will take an expression that is same expression. I will use one more operator here. 89. Now tell me 10 not equal to 90, that is employee 1. 45 greater than 89, that is employee 2. After column whatever the data is there, that is called employee 3. Yes, evaluate. How to evaluate? Evaluate only employee 1. Yes, employee 1. If you evaluate employee 1, 10 not equal to 90, yes, condition true. Condition true means what is the answer? That is employee 2. Employee 2 is an expression that is 45 greater than 89. Yes, this condition is true or false? Condition is false. False means what is the answer? So finally answer is 0. Finally answer is 0. This first of all, this condition is true. True means the value is employee 2. Yes, employee 2 contain only one value, that will be the answer. Suppose 4589, 4589 is the answer. Suppose employee 2 also a condition, based on that condition we will get the result. Okay, so 45 greater than 89, condition false, so automatically the value will be 0. That's all. This is conditional operators. Next one. So this is very important. This is last one. One more operators is there, that very easy also. Increment and decrement operators. Okay. increment operator represented as plus plus. Remember, increment operator, increment చేయాలంటే ఏ ఆపరేటర్ యూజ్ చేస్తామంటే ప్లస్ ప్లస్, బట్ హియర్ ఇన్ సి లాంగ్వేజ్ we will use plus plus operator. Plus plus operator. Decrement operator we will use as minus minus, minus minus and plus plus. Okay, here just wait. So first one is called plus plus, second one is called, wait, see here, increment operator. Next one is called decrement operator. Increment and decrement. Then increment and decrement operators are divided into again two ways. Again two ways. Increment operators are divided into two ways, and decrement operators are again divided into two ways. Two ways. Okay. Now, first one is called pre-increment. Second one is called post increment. Post increment. Next, decrement also same. Pre-decrement. Next one is called post decrement. After completion of these operators, that is increment and decrement operators, immediately I will tell you two programs, then I will close the session. Okay, listen. So topic name is increment or decrement operators. Increment operator represented as how, that is called by using plus plus operator, plus plus. Decrement, that is called minus minus, minus minus, plus plus and minus minus. Increment is represented in two ways: pre-increment, post-increment. Decrement, pre-decrement, post-decrement. Okay. First of all, what is pre, what is post? What is pre and what is post? Very simple. The operator is available before the operand. Again, I'm repeating. The operator is available. The operator is available before the operand. That is called pre-operator. Pre-operator. The operator is available after the operand is called post-operator. Okay. So I will take some examples and I will explain. See here, plus plus a plus plus, minus minus a minus minus. Okay. Now tell me, plus plus means what? Operator. A means what? Operand. What is this? What is this? What is the meaning of this statement? This is called, first of all, increment, either pre or post. First of all, increment operator. Plus plus is called increment operator. This is pre-increment or post-increment? This is called pre-increment. I told the operator is available before the operand. Operand ఏదనమ్మా ఇక్కడ A. Operator plus plus. So ఇక్కడ ఏముంది మీకు? ప్లస్ ప్లస్ అనేది ఎక్కడుంది? ఆపరెంట్ కన్నా ముందు ఉంది. ఆపరెంట్ కన్నా ముందు ఉంది. సో దిస్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ pre-increment. Pre-increment. Okay. What is A plus plus? So the operator is available after the operand. The operator means what here? Plus plus. Ekkadundi? After the operand. So that is called what? Post increment. Post increment. Post increment. Okay. Next, third one. Based on first one, you tell me what is third one? Pre-decrement. Minus minus is called decrement operator. So that operator is available before the operand. So that is called post pre-decrement. Okay. Post pre-decrement. Last one is post decrement. Post decrement. That's all. So pre-increment, post increment, pre-decrement, and post decrement. Okay. Examples I will explain later. Then last one. Last one is I think special operators. Yes, special operators. Generally, we will use ampersand means and symbol, and star symbol, and arrow symbol, and dot also, comma also. These are the special operators. See here. First of all, comma also a special operator. What is the use of comma? By using comma, we will separate the variables. We will separate the variables. Suppose if you want to declare three variables, I'm writing like this: integer a, comma b, comma c, b, comma c. Okay. So every variable is separated by comma. Comma is a special operator. Okay. Then and also a special operator. And means address. So we will use uh, directly at the scanf function. Scanf function we will use and operator. Then we will use a dot, and first one is dot, and the second one is arrow operator. Arrow operator also. Dot and arrow operator. Okay. Dot and arrow operators we will use pointers concept. Pointers and structures concept. Okay. So here there are different operators, comma, special operators, comma and dot, arrow, and one more thing, size of is a operator, size of. Okay. I think day 4 or day 5 I executed a program by using size of operator. By using size of operator, we can find the size of the data type or variable, any variable. Okay. So these are the special operators. Now, so this is about operators concept. Now, I'm going to tell one program by using operators. I will give one assignment, and I will explain one. Okay. Listen. Program is these are the basic programs. Program number 1. Okay. Write a program swapping of two numbers. Two numbers. Okay. Second program. Write a program swapping of two numbers by using third variable or a temporary variable. Okay. Next one, write a C program to perform swapping of two numbers. Same program without using third variable. Without using third variable. Without using third variable. Without using third variable. And for third one, write a program to perform all arithmetic operations. So I will explain first one. For exercise, I will give 2 and 3. Okay. You have to do these two programs without using third variable and perform all arithmetic operations. I will explain first program, that is write a program to perform swapping of two numbers. Yes. So first of all, you try to understand if you want to write any program. First of all, you understand the problem. After that, immediately you write an algorithm. After that, draw the flowchart and write a program. This is the procedure. Okay. I will start with first I will give the explanation. After that, I will write the program. Okay. So our program is write a program to perform to swap two numbers by using third variable. Yes. Listen here. I will take two values, that is integer a equal to 10. A equal to 10. Then second value b equal to 20. Okay. If you print a value and b value, a b values are 10, 20. You can get the output like this. A b values are 10, 20. But I am expecting output, that is a comma b values are 20 and 10. 20, 10 means a లో ఉన్న వాల్యూ b లో స్టోర్ అవుతుంది, b లో ఉన్న వాల్యూ a లో స్టోర్ అవుతుంది. Interchange the values, that is called swapping. Exchange the values, that is called swapping. Okay. Swapping means what? Interchange the values, exchanging the values. Initially I given a value is 10, b value is 20. Okay. Generally you print a b values, we will get the same values, a value 20, b value 20. Sorry, a value 10, b value 20. You perform swapping, then after that you print a b values. After swapping, immediately we will get the values. A value is 20, b value is 10. Okay. How to write the program? Very simple. First of all, you take three values, three variables, a, b, c are temporary variable. Okay. Assume this is a value, this is a, assume this is a, then this is b. I will take one more variable, that suppose I will take a variable name, that is t. Assume t is a temporary variable. T is a temporary variable. Okay. There are three, a, b, c. Assume a value is 10, b value is 20. B value is 20. Okay. By using temporary variable, how to exchange the values, how to swap the values, that is our concept. Okay. How to swap the values. So it will take only 15 minutes time, then I will close. So before swapping, what are the values? 10, 20. Okay. If you want to swap, we will use a temporary variable. Okay. Without using temporary variable also, we can write a program, not a problem. First, I will tell you by using temporary variable how to swap. Okay. So first of all, you identify t is empty. T is empty. Okay. So you put a value in t. A value అనేది t లో ప్లేస్ చేయండి. Okay. So I will, this is your first step. This is your first step. This is your first step. Okay. A value you should place at t. Now the point is, if you want to place a value in t, how to write a statement, how to write a line. So that is your point. How to write a line. See here, if you want to put a value in t, you tell me a equal to t is correct, or t equal to a is correct. Which one is correct? A equal to t is correct, or t equal to a is correct? A equal to t means, what is the meaning of this line? A equal to t means t value is stored at a. T value is stored at a. So that is wrong. So first statement is wrong. What is second statement? T equal to a. ఏం చేస్తున్నాం ఇప్పుడు? ఏలో ఉన్న వాల్యూ టీలో ప్లేస్ చేస్తున్నాం. దిస్ స్టేట్మెంట్ ఈస్ కరెక్ట్. దిస్ ఈజ్ యువర్ ఫస్ట్ స్టేట్మెంట్. సో ఆటోమేటిక్గా ఈ టీలోకి వాల్యూ ఎంత వస్తుందమ్మా? టీ వాల్యూ ఈస్ 10. ఎప్పుడైతే ఈ స్టేట్మెంట్ రాస్తారో automatically you can get t value is 10 over. That is your first statement. Okay. Then what is your second operation? Second operation. This is your second operation. B value stored at a. This is your second. This is your second statement. So now tell me, if you want to place B value in a, which statement we will use? Which statement we will use? You tell me which statement is correct. That is b equal to a is correct. B equal to a is correct, or a equal to b is correct? B equal to a. B equal to a means we are going to store a value in b. Okay. But we are going to place b value in a. B equal to a, first statement means we are going to place a value in b. But what is our aim? We are going to place b value in a. So a equal to b is correct. అప్పుడు మీకు డౌట్ రావచ్చు, ఆల్రెడీ ఇక్కడ 10 ఉంది కదా సార్ అంటే ఆటోమేటిక్గా ఇది ఓవర్ రైడ్ అయిపోతుంది. ఈ వాల్యూ అనేది రిమూవ్ అయిపోతుంది. ఓకే. ఐ టోల్డ్ ఎవ్రీ వేరియబుల్ స్టోర్స్ ఓన్లీ వన్ వాల్యూ. Every variable stores only one value. If you write this statement, second statement, if you write second statement, automatically a already undi ikkada manam suppose if you take first step, just a value is copied at t, but a lo value alane untadi. Copy chesam, copy ki cut ki difference undi kada. There is a difference between copy and cut. Okay, value alage untadi. ఎప్పుడైతే b ఈక్వల్ టు a అని రాస్తారు, ఇఫ్ యూ రైట్ a ఈక్వల్ టు b, if you write a equal to b, that means a value stored at b. Suppose if you write b equal to a, what is the meaning? A value stored at b. Okay. So which statement is correct? So you should write a equal to b. Okay. So now b value, b is 20, that value is stored at a. That is, this value will be removed. This value is removed. Just wait. This value is removed and the value is stored 20 over. Okay. Next, what is your third step? I want to place t value at b. This is your third step. Which statement you should write? Based on two steps you can write. So tell me, b equal to t is correct, or t equal to b is correct? Which one is correct? First statement is correct. That is b equal to t means t లో ఏదైతే వాల్యూ ఉందో అది b లో ప్లేస్ చేస్తున్నాం. సో ఆటోమేటిక్ ఏం జరుగుతుందమ్మా? సో b వాల్యూ is removed and replaced with 10. That's all. So based on this, A value is as 20, B value is as 10. Initially, what is A value? 10, B value 20. So only 3 steps are required. This is first step, T equal to A. Second step, A equal to B. Last step, B equal to T. That's all. Okay. So I will write the program and I will execute the program just to see. Yes, void main block started. Integer A equal to 10, comma B equal to 20, comma C. Okay. I will use CLR. Initially, I will print the AB values. Means printf slash n. Before swapping A comma B values are %D, %D, A comma B, A comma B. Next. Before swapping, we can print. So now you apply swapping procedure. Swapping procedure. First, what is your first step? Yes, initially taken T value. Now, yes, you take T also. Not a problem. C also you can take T. T means temporary. Yes. What is your first step? That is T equal to A followed by semicolon. What is second step? A equal to B. That is second step. Last step. What is the last step? B equal to T is correct or T equal to B is correct? That is called B equal to T. B equal to T. Yes. Okay. Then print AB values now. Slash n. After swapping A comma B values are %D, %D, A comma B. Okay. Save this program. Suppose P14.C. Okay. Compile this program. One error. Statement missing. That is after CLR you put a semicolon. Again compile the program. 0 errors, 0 warnings. Then Control F9. Then Alt F5. Yes, see here. Before swapping AB values 10, 20. After swapping AB values 20, 10. That's all. So you practice this program and you practice remaining 2 programs also without using third variable. And one more is I think perform all arithmetic operations. What are the arithmetic operations? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus. You perform all operations in single program. That's it. Okay. Okay, this is my class today. If you have any queries, please ask me.